This sermon was downloaded from www.spiritnerds.org. We equip Christians with thousands of strategic spiritual materials daily. Join millions of Christians around the world who have come to Spirit Nerds to learn about God and His Word today.
1 John 2 and verse 15. Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Next verse. For all that is where? Now notice. You see, this is why I like the Bible. The Bible doesn't leave you guessing. The Bible is very explicit. I've said it many times. If you come to the Bible with a sincere heart, you cannot fall into error. If it is truly Jesus, you come and say, Jesus, show me truth. If you come to the Bible like that, it is very difficult for you not to see the truth. The Holy Spirit responds to sincerity. He says, all that is in the world, all. The music, the entertainment, the movies, the relationships, all that is in the world is broken into three categories. 1, the lust of the flesh. 2, the lust of the eyes. 3, the pride of life. Is not of the Father, but is what? Is of the world. All that is in the world. But I want to ask you, have you been walking on the streets in the world before and you saw something and they say, this is the lust of the flesh? You saw a spirit came out of keke like this and written on his right side, lust of the eyes. Have you seen it before? It means that in the world there is now a tangible reality that is giving expression to something that is invisible. So when a dress code comes out, these three things you are looking at are spirits, organs of the extension of the kingdom of Satan, that Satan uses to establish his own government. But these things are what? Spiritual. They are spirits. But to give these spirits tangible reality, they find expression in music. They find expression in entertainment. They find expression in the way people in the world choose to model their lives. I need to ask you a very sincere question. You see, because some people have sent me some of the feedbacks that have been coming from this teaching, and I like the engagement it has generated. While I am encouraged, because I've gotten some very, very encouraging feedback from our generation, I am also worried that there are still young people who are lost, who think that the Christian life is a joke. That is, we're just here to enjoy and live comfortably and anything goes. What do you think, dear brother, that somebody sews a dress? Be honest, what do you think is the idea of a woman's breast being outside? What is the idea? What do you think drives that thing? That even corporate clothes, there's a sense that the camisole must show cleavage. What is the idea? The truth is that a spirit is looking for expression. But if he walks on the road like a spirit, even the weakest amongst us will discern it. So it needs to find a tangible reality to announce itself to the world. So lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, things that can activate the consequences of this spirit. What Satan does is that he packages them nicely so that you will be attracted to it, not knowing that what he's looking for is government. Government. What does a sister want to achieve by putting all her lap outside? What is the whole thing? Do you know that there is a movement in the world now? It's called Free the Nipple Movement. Huh? Are you aware? Can I teach? Good. Do you know that there are ladies who are championing the fact that breasts are not sexual in nature? That if a man can walk about with his chest, why are you putting us under pressure? Then there was a long conversation on Twitter about how uncomfortable bra is. That the best thing to do is to remove bra and just walk around. That it's not the women that have problems. That men should put their eyes where their eyes are supposed to be. Why are you looking? I'm trying to tell you that a spirit is looking for expression. But if it manifests as a spirit, everyone will know that this thing is not of God. So what he needs to do is hide inside music. A man will now release an album. He says he's an inspirational singer. Then he now releases a song. He's even a choir director in his church. I'm not led to name names tonight, so I will leave it. He's even a choir director in his church. Then he releases a romantic song. And when you ask him, to what end is this going to advance the gospel? He said, I'm singing to my wife. But that song he has sung is generating all kind of erotic and romantic desires in young people who should not be having such experiences. But the reason they are listening to that song is that it has been laced with a cloak of righteousness, because the one who sang it claims that he represents Jesus. Everything that is in the world is driven by three spirits. And prominent among these spirits is the spirit of lust. Inordinate desire. Desire that cannot be controlled. Look at what Paul says. I think it's 2 Corinthians chapter 8. You start reading at verse 12. I think it's 2 Corinthians 8 or 1 Corinthians. It should be one of those, but it's Corinthians. He says that if eating meat will cause my brother to sin, I think it's the Message or NIV. He says, I would rather die a vegetarian. So if I claim that I am on this side of the divide, representing the kingdom of Jesus, and I'm releasing content that is profane, content that encourages all kinds of emotions and desires in the heart of young people, who am I really fighting for? Whose side am I really on?